Hello, friends. Welcome in. It's a special stream going on tonight. Yeah, new comic book day book came out last week. We're going to break it down. But of course, I'm the Storm guy. I needed the rogue guy for this. And that's the one and only Will. What's up, Vogs?
What's up, everybody?
Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You and I have been chatting about like what can we do together? What kind of show? And then all of a sudden, this book starts getting announced and hyped, and I was like, "This is kind of like peanut butter and chocolate coming together."
Hey, exactly.
If anybody doesn't know Vox, this show is being streamed on his channel and mine, but I've got all the links to his stuff down below, his Instagram, his YouTube, so you can find him and enjoy his content as well.
And for those who are watching on my stream, I will link John's channel in the title after the stream is done.
But I was going to say, you can use the names you see on the screen and search us pretty much anywhere and find us Instagram and YouTube and the like. So if you're looking for more comic book content, you got the two of us right here and here. Although I should put you belong on the rogue side of the I should be on the storm side of the stream.
Right.
Thanks for joining me, buddy. I appreciate this. And it was like a perfect aligning of the stars here, that this book was coming along at the same time that you and I were like, what could we do together? We should find something we should do together.
And then boom.
Let's say hello to some friends in the chat, and then we'll dive into these two great characters here.
Sounds good.
We got Ruben Guzman. What is going on? White Tiger. We got
That's
Gordon.
such a cool name.
It is a great name. What's going on? Gordon's in the chat. He misses Cash or Trash back in the day. That's been a hot minute. And I know you've been itching for some D&D, buddy. I'm sorry that I've been delayed on the last couple of D&D shows, but Gordon's been a very loyal supporter of the Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice.
We got my good friend Magic Lasso. He's making his content for his video tomorrow. What's going on, Ryan? And Ryan is currently 8 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 for his YouTube channel.
Nice.
So if anybody's looking for a channel to subscribe to and they haven't found Ryan's channel, you can click on his name because he's a wrench in my chat. I think you should be able to click on his name and just go right to his channel.
Yep, absolutely.
And we got Pops in the chat. What's going on, Gramps? Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you hanging by.
Yep.
We got Lady Prime in the chat. What is going on? How are you this fine Monday? All right, friends, there we go. As people jump in, we will say hello to those folks, but we are here to talk about the two queens of X-Men, the two boss babes of the mutant universe. Specifically, though, I want to know, Will, where did you find your way to the character Rogue? What was it? Was it the movies, the animated series, the comics? Like, where did you find Rogue?
So I started comics late because I did sports cards beforehand, but
Nice.
I immediately gravitated, of course, to Batman and Deadpool because those were my two favorites. And then you got Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. And then I found out about Rogue, about X-Men 97. I still haven't watched it, but I've seen clips and stuff on YouTube. And I was like, you know what? This chick means business. And the reason I love her is because she's like a redemption story. We all know she was part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yeah.
She was I just, like I said, I was doing sports cards before. I grabbed comics like this. Yeah, she's a redemption story. She was with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. She doesn't know like where she was at the time. She still was scarred from almost killing her boyfriend. And then she like goes down a downward spiral, joining the Brotherhood. And then she's in ROM and she's lost and she needs a group to like protect her. And so she's not alone and causes more damage. And then lo and behold, she joins the X-Men. Charles Xavier announces her joining the X-Men. And your girl Storm was not happy about it at first at all.
Yeah, it took a little while for her to warm up, right?
Because I remember, if I'm not wrong, in 171 when she joins, Storm's like, I disapprove. And then Charles Xavier's like, who's in charge here? I'm in charge. And then I think she like flies off or just goes away for a while.
She was, I think both characters were in a tough space when they first met. And I think a lot of times what I see happening for Storm is she takes birds under her wing, right?
Oh,
Injured
yeah,
injured
absolutely.
character, and it takes her a while to warm up to Rogue. But yeah, that plot of her having sympathy for Rogue and
Yeah, she
even
was like,
understanding when Rogue ultimately costs her her powers. As there, I don't know if you've read that storyline. When Rogue loses her powers, it's because someone is hunting her, and they want to use this gun to get Rogue. This gun that'll take away her powers. And Storm, in the last second, when they shoot the gun at Rogue, Storm jumps in front of the blast and takes it for her, and it
yeah,
costs Storm her
and the
powers.
thing, yeah, and Storm didn't like her at first as well because she's like, do you know what this woman has caused?
The pain, yeah, for sure.
Like she's killed people. She's part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. We shouldn't trust her. And Charles Xavier's like, we're all different people. We're all mutants. We're all outcasts.
Yeah. And I think that's the humanizing element of the character of Rogue is obviously she has a superpower that we wouldn't wish on anybody, right? This idea
Yes.
that you would harm somebody by taking away either their life force, their memory, or their abilities, or all of them. And
Mhm.
then what that would do to you. And then how that would feel so isolating and make you so lonely.
Yeah, where you're like, I can't touch or have feelings towards someone because if I touch them or have feelings towards someone, I can dang near kill them.
For certain. Yeah. And that storyline, I mean, I wish we had gotten more of it in the original story, but the idea that she would almost kill Carol Danvers, take on her powers, take on her memories, that was always a plot that I felt like we never fully got because
Yeah, I
the
wish
Ms.
they
Marvel series
expanded
got
it
cut
more. I
short,
agree.
and uh, those ROM issues you mentioned were kind of the fill in the gaps to those stories. But it was a really powerful idea that Claremont had, this idea that a character that was, maybe not as beloved, Ms. Marvel at the time, Carol Danvers, not as beloved as she is now, could lead to a newer character, this Rogue character, getting a very interesting power set, and then a trauma, like this would be a traumatizing thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There's that great Jim Lee cover too, where it's like the skeletal ghost of Captain Marvel fighting with Rogue up in the sky. It's one of my favorite Rogue covers. But
Yeah.
we'll get to covers a little bit later because again, the idea,
What about your love with Storm?
yeah, the idea is we're going to talk about our connection to these characters. Then we're going to talk about this new comic, and then we're going to go back through some of our favorite covers and our favorite stories for each of these awesome ladies. We got some new friends jumping in the chat, though. I did not say hello to the Jackson Roy Kirk. What's going on, Jackson? Good to see you, sir. And I didn't say hi to JP Fawn. What is going on? Rogue has legit mental illness of having stolen Ms. Marvel's powers, 100%. And there's lots of those moments when she's not sure who she is, where she is, how she knows certain people, right? It's very scarring for certain.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Storm. So here for me, I found Storm because I was an X-Men nerd and I liked Wolverine. And then I started reading some of these books. The Mutant Massacre, the Marauders Massacre storyline from the 80s was a big favorite of mine. And so I found her when she didn't have powers and she had this cool mohawk. I was like, this girl is badass. Like, she looks cool. Got her like leather vest going. Um, but she was also this team leader who didn't take any crap and had compassion, but was very strict and stern with her teammates, expected a lot from them. And it was a very interesting dynamic. The idea that you could be on this superhero team and yet have no power except your ability to be a good leader. And then when I saw her get her powers back, and I was like, "Oh, this chick's a badass!" Like, oh my god, she was cool without her powers, and she could fight anybody. But then she got abilities back, and you're like, wow, this is an Omega level mutant who has this incredible power source. But at the core of it, she's just very motherly, right? She's connected to this idea of the power of earth and nature and the ability to be compassionate and care about people that are in really difficult situations. I think it's what connected her to Kitty Pryde or to Logan when he's dealing with his issues, or of course, like we've mentioned, to Rogue. I think there's been a lot of little moments where she's been the voice of compassion for people that are dealing with stuff. And so I think she puts herself second in most of her life.
I was gonna make a joke. I'm like, is she a better than mom than Mystique?
I mean, God, yes.
Yes,
I think even
absolutely.
Rogue would probably say the same thing.
Because guess what? Not only did Mystique betray Rogue, she also betrayed Nightcrawler.
Yes. And Storm, I think, and Nightcrawler are very alike. I think the two of them have a similar outlook on the world, on humanity, on being a mutant.
Oh,
And I
absolutely.
I love the two of them when they share scenes together, because obviously she's coming from a very different, religious her religion growing up in Africa was very much connected to nature, and his is very much connected to Catholicism. And to see them find common ground in a love for people and caring about individuals, I think has really kind of been the nice tying mark for the two of them. So that's how
Absolutely.
I found her character. And then, of course, the animated series adds on to that. I loved the voice acting work of Allison Smith on that series. I think it was just a really great, it really captured how I pictured the character in my mind and the way she speaks. Same with Rogue. I think that those two characters are two of my favorites as far as the voice acting goes on those shows.
Yeah, you
But
know
I
what's
will say
funny
the
is our
live action
friends.
movies, I don't think the live action movies ever did either of these characters justice.
No,
They're very good movies, but they don't capture these two characters particularly well.
I agree. It's funny you said that because our buddy Flat Earth Santa was at Baltimore Con and he sent me a picture. It's a signed Rogue picture from Lenore Zahn.
Ooh,
I was like, yes, let's
she's so
go.
great. I've met her
Yeah.
at a couple of cons, and I was with a buddy of mine getting pictures with her and taking, getting some stuff signed, and she's just wonderful. Yeah.
Have you met the Storm voice actress?
I did. And it's a very expensive signature and photo to get. So I've only done it once, but I did it at San Diego 2 years ago. I bought a cool Storm variant and I had her sign it. And then I took a picture with her, and she was so
Worth
very
it.
sweet.
Worth it. I need to meet. I do need to meet Lenore Zahn myself
You should.
and
You
get her
should.
to sign
You
it.
will not be disappointed. And you got to get her to say sugar, call you sugar or something.
She wrote "To Will Sugar" on the picture. I'm like,
She's
ah,
great
boy.
about it. Yeah. She is absolutely worth. And again, my buddy Daniel, who met her at WonderCon, could not have been happier. It was the highlight of his entire weekend.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a little connective backstory for the two of us and these characters. Let's talk a little bit about the new comic Rogue Storm. This is the cover I got. It just came out last Wednesday. I'm curious to know. I mean, I obviously have kept up on Storm for a long time through the Hickman era into the new ongoing series that's just wrapped up. That's the same writer. Murewa Ayudele is the writer. He's from Nigeria, and he's been writing Storm the last year. But I have not kept up as much on Rogue. I know that she and Remy and Logan are down on an X team in the Louisiana area, New Orleans area, I believe. But are you up to date on where Rogue is as a character, kind of what's going on with her?
Not really. No.
Okay. So I'm glad, because we both go into this, that means, with a little bit of a blind spot as far as what the character is going through. And I was kind of stunned to learn that there are two rogues now, that there's been this schism. There's red and green, like a
Yeah,
Christmas ornament. And what did you think of the idea that there was more than one rogue?
I'm not a fan of it.
What did you dislike about it?
I just thought it was weird because I'm just used to one rogue herself. Her splitting it into two is really interesting. Like it's kind of unique. It's weird. Like one rogue is doing something with the others, and this one's chasing Storm with a bunch of other people
Yeah.
and killing things and destroying things just to find out where Storm is and to stop her from doing more damage. Because I think, if I'm not wrong, the backstory is she's like possessed or something. Something went up with her. She's like god level now or something.
Storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, let me read so what it said, that this is the page where they kind of do the little backstory of like the two rogues. And it says, uh, see, bad things happen, good things happen, but sometimes things just happen, and the universe leaves us to decide if they're good and bad. On a mission to rescue those in her care from an immortal elder of the universe, Rogue was caught off guard and forcibly splintered into two personalities, green and red, the original green, and red, the copy. And then it goes on to show you a little bit about how red was left very much alone because green still had Rami and red was kind of isolated, and Storm took red in and was caring for her and training her. And so you kind of have the idea that this book primarily takes place in a possible future. That's this whole age of revelation saga that's taking place right now.
But the thing I do, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't like the split into two. But the other thing is, the thing I like is like we get to see these two in a different light,
What do you mean by that?
like different versions of them. Like
Yeah.
we see the Storm, who's at the end of the book, a comic like hunting things and
Yeah.
saying Rogue and those guys will pay, blah 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 blah, and then this Rogue and those guys are like, hey, we're not done yet. This is just the first step
Right.
of many steps to come because we are we are steps behind Storm and we need to chase her.
So yeah, in the current plot of the Storms comic, the idea is that the god Eternity needed a champion to fight for him, and so he selected Storm, gave her a big chunk of power, and made her Eternal Storm, this new sort of iteration of the character. And I think I might have a variant cover where they show. Yeah. So this is kind of like the look of her costume as Eternal Storm. I will say I liked the idea, but the last few issues really struggled to make the sense of this plot because they had like several different timelines they were dealing with, and sometimes she had the power and sometimes she didn't. And I was getting very lost in Morewe Ayudele's writing was getting a little convoluted. And that's going to be one of my complaints here is I feel like there's a lot of plot lines going on and it's kind of hard to keep up with everything that's happening in the book. Did you have any bits where you were like, I don't understand this?
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's kind of topsy turvy. Like, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. I'm like, can we make it more straightforward?
Right. Well, you got Jackson Roy Kirk on your side. He's like, Rogue's better than Storm. Sorry, not Jackson. You got Jason. Sorry, Southern Comic Geek.
What's
Jason.
up, Jason? Yeah.
He's a big Rogue guy. Yeah. So for me, like, I do feel like Ayudele's writing is not as strong here as it was at the beginning when he was first writing the Storm solo series, and the book gets a little bit confusing when we're skipping around in time so much, and they don't quite explain why Storm, has gone crazy or whatever, like has lost it.
Yeah, like I would have loved a backstory.
They show her kind of being like tied up and being held hostage, which is a cool image. But I don't know that I understand it. I don't know the plot of it. So
Yeah, like I would
there's a
love to
lot of
know the
information.
backstory of who tied her up, why, what did she do, like
Yeah.
where she is.
And there's a big, the first chunk of the book is a crew of former X characters. You got Iceman, you've got Gateway, you've got Red Rogue, and they're all basically charging into the North Pole, I believe, to try to like get to Storm, where she's basically crafted this layer of protection using all of this magic and ability that she's got. I'm trying to remember. Oh, no, it's a desert. It's like she's changed a desert into
The ice.
the ice. Yeah. And she's got like ice guardians that are like, that she's given life to, that are protecting her. And they're trying to allow her to cast some magic spell. And so the team, Rogue and Iceman and some of the other mutants, are trying to break in and get to her before she casts the spell. Is that how you understood it? I mean, that's how I understood
That's how I understood it. Yeah.
How did you feel about the artwork in this book? What were your feelings on who's the artist? Oh, I got to remember the name.
Wasn't a huge
Roland.
fan of it.
It's Roland Bashi.
Wasn't a huge fan of it.
What bothered you?
I don't know. I just wasn't a huge fan of it.
I don't think the faces are very well drawn.
Yeah, no.
I think the action is a little flat for me. I do love some of the like splash pages. Like I love, this like skull in the desert and that one of Storm like tied up. So the splash pages kind of work, but some of the other, if you zoom in on some of the faces, I think they come a little bit flat for me.
I agree.
There's a lot of like mech suits and like fish zombies and stuff that I'm just kind of like, that's all right.
Yeah, so it makes me hesitant about getting issue 2.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm very hesitant. Even after reading issue 1, I was not won over by it. And again, it skips around in time. So this, like in the past, it shows her like trying to get to this like underground lair and defeat all these creatures. And I don't feel like they set up enough of what's going on, even though the whole book feels like setup. I don't know that they clearly lay it out for us.
I agree.
We got our man, Old Wolf, in the chat. What is going on, buddy?
How?
I think he's like, how? Help. Hello. He's having trouble communicating. It's all right, buddy. I do need Cliff's notes on this issue for sure. I do feel like stuff was missing, but it's also, I think, semi-intentional because the Age of Revelation event is taking in a possible future. So, we are left trying to figure out what happened between the present and this possible future.
That caused this. Yeah.
Yeah. What caused it? What's going on? And if you're not reading the entire event, because there is like Age of Revelation main titles and it's happening in the X-Men books and whatever else, and I'm not reading anything else. I'm definitely confused. So that might be part of our confusion as a duo here.
Yep.
I know this. I think this is only a 3-issue miniseries. Is that how you know it?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Because everything is rebooting in 2026, meaning you get a Cyclops book, a new X-Men kind of book. You're going to get an X-Force book with Cable, I believe. So there's a whole bunch of new mutant books launching in 2026, and I think this is just kind of wrapping up this current era a little bit.
Yep,
that's how I took it. Okay, so overall, do you have any other thoughts on this one that you want to mention? It sounds like both of us are in alignment, I think, on
what I have
went down
on my thoughts are just like yours.
Okay. Well, then my plan is probably not to get the next 2 issues, maybe read them digitally as they come out. And if it gets great, maybe I go back and hunt them down, but they're probably dollar bin books by the time I go looking for them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this one's in the dollar bin by next week.
All right, good. Well, we're on the same page at least. Hopefully in 2026, these ladies get a really great title that's something worth reading. I know that the last great Rogue book I enjoyed was the Mr. and Mrs. X with Remy. And I've heard some people are enjoying the Louisiana Remy Logan Rogue book. But I have only read the first couple issues, so I didn't get very far with it.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna share some of our favorite covers for these characters. Will's got 5. I've got 5. I struggled with the covers. I will freely admit 5 covers was hard because I've got short boxes full of Storm covers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you want to go first or second in this on this one?
I'll go first.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna blow you up a little bigger if that's cool.
That's absolutely cool.
Let's do like that. Boom. There you go.
So, this is from our buddy Drew Manchu.
Oh, I just hung out with him. He is a good dude.
Yes, he is. Um, this is X-Men Legacy 225. I call this Marilyn Monroe. You'll see why.
Oh, damn. That is a great cover.
I was like, yep, she's doing the Marilyn Monroe, basically.
I love that. That's fantastic. I've never seen this cover before. That is a great pick.
Yeah, it's called the 1990s variant, even though I call it Marilyn Monroe.
I was gonna
I
say
don't know
it
who
gives
else it did.
me Madonna Vogue vibes.
Yeah, Madonna or Marilyn Monroe because of the
Yeah.
white dress.
Yep. For sure.
That's my
Oh,
number 5.
we got Bud Files in the chat. What's going on, Bud?
What's up, Bud Files?
Thank you for coming by. All right, I will swap over. I'm going to show one that I got recently, but it's a 90s cover. But I got it because I snagged this statue.
Ooh.
And I wanted to get the cover that went with it.
Oh, heck yeah.
So this is a Todd McFarlane Marvel Tales cover of Spider-Man and the X-Men. So it's super McFarlane-y. If you look like closely, you get a like very Spidey and Wolverine McFarlane style.
I
But
need to
so
get the
good.
X-Men 97 Rogue figure. I have the Marvel
Ooh.
Legends.
It's
But
a
I need
two-part
that
book.
97.
The other half of the story is in the other half of the story is in this issue. But big fan of this cover, and I got the statue. I had to hunt it down. So there you go.
Oh yeah,
that's my number 5. Oh, let me move my statue out of the way and swap us back. Whoop.
This one is from Chris the Comic Vet. He gave me this at Heroes. Shout out Chris. It's X-Men number 12, the variant edition. It's not my favorite Rogue outfit, but you know what? It's probably my second or third.
Oh yeah, the hood.
The hood.
Oh, Mark Brooks cover. Mark Brooks is so freaking talented, man.
Oh yeah.
Love his covers. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, I just love how it's like it's not the usual Rogue. It's
no, definitely not your usual. And that costume is definitely underrated, underappreciated. I know you and I go. I think we're both, bomber jacket,
yep,
Savage Lands, and then everything else.
Yep, but that's my number 4.
Nice. I'm gonna go for my next one. I'm going with a Jen Bartel cover, and this is Marvel Comics issue 1000. And she did all these different versions of Storm thrown in together. I just love. I love the coloring with the blue and the pink. All the different costumes, all the different looks. I didn't own this for a long time, and then my buddy JP Budget Collecting, he did a video on Storm and the best covers of Storm, and he included this one, and I'm like, how the hell did I miss this book? I don't even know, but I instantly went on eBay and I bought it. So that's a Marvel Comics 1000 variant by Jen Bartel. There you go.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
We got a comment from Mr. Old Wolf. I'll swap Will back over here. He says, Will, over John's shoulder is the mask I was telling you about. Oh.
Oh, yes. The Doctor Doom mask.
Yes. This is my Doctor Doom cosplay, thanks to Old Wolf.
That's sick. This is Powers of X number 12. You get to see this is Greg Land. This is all the Rogue outfits. From the bomber jacket to Savage.
Yeah. That's fantastic. And you got the right one in the front. I like that.
The only one I really never liked her look in is this one.
And that was like her early days, right?
Yep. And then you got Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
You got, I don't remember that one. You got his take on Savage Land is actually pretty cool.
I mean, Hard to go wrong with Savage Lands Rogue, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yep, that's my number 3.
Great cover. And I do like the one in the upper left that you have there where it's like black underneath.
Yeah.
That's a fun 80s version that she wore for a long while with like she wore a belt that was just always like hanging on her hip, but she had no pants, just the belt. I love that
Right.
look.
Oh yeah.
That was like her Secret War. I think was she in? Yeah, I think she was in Secret Wars wearing that, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. That's a good one. Great. Look, I love how we both did like a variant with like all the different costumes.
Yep. Oh yeah.
All right, so I've done 2. I got to do 3 more. I got to do a Nakayama. So I hesitated. I almost went with a Peach Momoko, but I'm doing David Nakayama.
Oh, has he? He hasn't done a Rogue, and I feel like he'd
He
kill it.
must have at least one out there.
That's so cool.
This one comes in many different colors. I've got a all white background. I've got a goldish background. I got this one. He signed this one for me. Where is it? But
Is he a cool dude?
He is incredibly nice. He even remembers me when I come and say hi. He's like, John. Like I was like, what?
I know. You know Chonko, right?
Yes.
Chonko's gonna interview him soon.
Only Secret Wars 2 since it has Molecule Man in it. John knows. What's up? Kenneth Bird is in the chat. What's going on, Kenneth? So yeah, I'm a big Nakayama fan. This was my do I pick this one? Do I pick the Peach Momoko? But I'm going with Nakayama. So there you go. Storm
I'll
Colors.
definitely have to take off the sticker of this one sooner
Okay.
or later. But this is X-Men 24, another gift from Drew Manchu.
Now this would make mine the Rogue books I've got.
I need to slab this sucker.
That's a beauty, man. That book is so fantastic. Love it. Absolutely love it. And that's Andy Kubert, right? Andy Kubert.
And Matthew Ryan. Yep.
Yeah. So freaking good, man. What an absolute masterpiece. Oh
yeah. And he gave me this.
And the hair. Look how long her hair is. It's crazy.
I need to get the t-shirt with this.
Yes, you should.
I was going to ask you, do you know a good website to get Marvel t-shirts?
I don't. I tend to find good ones when I go to Target. In my area, Target always has like some good Marvel shirts when I go in there.
Yeah, I saw one that was like 80s vintage clothing online. I was like, maybe.
Did they have some good ones?
I'll have to look. I need to dive deeper.
Yeah. Keep me up to date if you find something good.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go with, I got 2 left here. So I'm going to go with the most recent one I think I've got here, which is I just got it recently. It's the Virgin variant for X-Men 29. This is a Russell Dodderman. But
I remember you showing that.
This
I'm like,
cover,
dude. Man.
She's just like flying through the mountains, dropping snowflakes, and then the coffee cup, man.
The coffee cup.
The X-Men coffee cup does it for me.
She's like, don't talk to me until I have my coffee.
This feels like I'm going to make the snow for your ski trip. Just leave me alone. I'm going to drink my coffee while I do it. Like the vibe of this whole thing is phenomenal. And I will say I've got 2 of the Virgin variant, one raw and one slabbed. And then I've got the trade dress raw as well.
What is the trade dress pretty?
It's okay. It's got like the X logo up in this corner and then the barcode down here, but it doesn't have a ton of writing. It's pretty limited trade dress. But this book is amazing. Thank you to Houdat. Houdat got this slabbed and he was looking to sell it, but he sold it to me before he put it up anywhere. He's like, hey, John, this is what I want for it. I'm like, sold. Send it to me.
Send it to me.
So there you go. That's my last of the more modern ones.
Okay. So my number 1. I need to get a bag for this. I need to get bags for all my slabs. Assassin X-Men number 1, CBCS 9.6. Shadow King appearance. I got this at my comic shop. I was like,
oh wow.
So she got Angel Wings, Gambit's magic, and then you got Wolverine's claws.
Dude. That is dope. Who's the cover artist? Perillo?
Yeah, Lucio Perillo.
Dude, that is gorgeous.
I was like, I have to buy this.
That is
now
freaking cool, man. Oh man. I've never seen this variant. Oh no, wait, I saw it. I think when you got it, I think you posted it or something. I
Yeah,
saw you. That's the last time I saw, but that is cool.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
And
I
then the
was at
idea of
that.
her having all those abilities is kind of fun.
Yeah,
There's a cover we're doing this season on Omni X-Men with her, and I want to say she's like it looks like Nightcrawler's face and Colossus's arm, but you can tell it's Rogue's clothes. So you can tell that it's her. She's dealing with all these powers at the same time.
I don't think she'd be able to control it.
I mean, it's a big challenge for her at this, and this was the the days when she was just new to the X-Men, so she's still kind of learning all that
Yeah.
stuff. All right, last one for me is from 1992. This is issue 290 of Uncanny X-Men. Will Sportasio, I believe, crushing the best for me, the best Storm cover.
Oh yeah.
Just Storm out in the
Absolutely.
rain in that 90s costume with the big shoulder pads. It's just masterful.
Oh yeah.
Will Sportasio crushing it. Absolutely love this cover. And I just recently got the 9.8. I've had so many raw copies of this book, but I just recently said, like, this book's like $60, $80. Like it's not a super expensive 9.8. Why don't I have it? Now I do.
You do, man.
I got it. Jackson Roy Kirk says, Omni X-Men, what's that? I'm new here. Well, tune in tomorrow, you faker. I'm hosting the first episode of the new season of Omni X-Men tomorrow night with my man, No Good Comics. We're going to talk a little bit about season 6. 6 years of doing this show now. And we'll be talking what we'll be reading in the new season. So come by tomorrow night at the same time, same bat time, same bat channel. X-Men, though, not bat. Are you ready for stories? Are you ready for
And
5
I'll let
stories?
you go first this time.
You got it. Let's see. I got a bunch from the same era, so I'm going to try to balance this out. But I will start with what we had kind of discussed at the beginning of the show, which is this idea of Storm losing her powers. And it all kind of like culminates in the life-death storyline. And you see Forge feeling guilty about creating this gun meant for Rogue, but used on Storm to take her powers away. And very powerful. And there's a second part to this, Life Death Part 2. Both Barry Windsor Smith artwork, interior and cover. This is obviously quintessential Storm storytelling. It's just her dealing with
How
losing
did
her
you get her
powers.
power back?
A little more convoluted. It has to do with the Fall of the Mutants storyline, and I can't remember the details of what it was that triggered her, but during the Fall of the Mutants, something triggers the regeneration of her abilities, and I'm blanking on it
No
right now.
worries. No
But
worries.
that's when it occurs. So it's still a few, as far as Omni X-Men goes, it's a couple of omnibus away from where we are right now.
Yeah.
All right, so there's my first one. What about you?
You brought it up earlier. And I have the trade paperback, but Tony Comiverse, we all know Tony. Um, I have the Marquez regular cover, but I also got this one because he showed it off. X-Men Gold 30. We all know what it is. The marriage of Rogan Gambit.
Yeah,
The
great
J.
book.
Scott Campbell.
Ooh, great variant. I love it. Yeah, man.
And
I
like
gave her a
how Remy is talking to, oh God, who I forget who he's talking to, and she's like, "Well, blah blah blah. You know, you have a. Let me not ad lib it. Let me open it and just not ad lib it. He is talking to Storm, actually, and she's like, marriage is hard. It requires more than love. It requires a need, a hunger. Like you said, she's a mother. A feeling that you'd rather not go on living another day apart. And he says, you're absolutely right. He goes up to Rogue and says, I'd rather not go on living another day apart. And Rogue turns around. She's like, are you okay? And he's like, that depends. she's like, on what? And he goes down on one knee, and she's like, this is crazy. He's like, what's it look like? Have you met me? And then I wish they did a giant splash page, but they actually do a splash page at the end.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it was a well executed
And everyone
plot twist.
forgets that in the beginning of the book, what's his name? Um,
Colossus.
Colossus and Kitty were gonna get married.
Yeah. It was because that was the same summer that Batman and Catwoman were going to get married. And both marriages obviously didn't go off, but the only one that really did, the bait and switch, was that it was a Rogue and Gambit wedding in the end. I thought that was a really clever twist. Kitty was not ready to get married, and
No,
Colossus might not be the
she
one.
didn't eventually. She did she? I forget. Did she eventually? No, right? They
No,
didn't eventually get
no,
married.
they split up and they've both been on a sort of unusual journey since then. But it was a better choice to have Gambit propose, and I like the way they did it with the conversation with Storm and then him deciding you're right. And for Storm, it makes sense because honestly, she had a really rough marriage. You know, being married to T'Challa has not been easy because there's love there, but there's also a whole lot of responsibility and not necessarily seeing eye to
She's
eye.
still married to T'Challa, right?
As far as I know, yeah, I don't think they ever officially got divorced, but they are somewhat separated. Yeah.
What's your
Um,
turn?
yes, sir, it is. I'm gonna go this time with my most modern pick. And I'm going to go with Sword issue 6 and technically issue 7. It continues in that because it's a Doctor Doom storyline. This has to do with Storm helps the X-Men colonize Mars and turn it into a mutant planet. And then she gets announced as the regent of Mars, meaning she is kind of like in charge of our solar system for anybody coming in. And Doctor Doom's not happy with that. He rolls into this joint saying, like, I am Doctor Doom. You don't rule me. And the sequence between the two of them basically breaking down the responsibilities of leadership between the two of them, it is really well done. And it is one of my favorite little sequences between these two characters who are often butting heads. Doom and Storm are very similar in a lot of regards. And I think I like that relationship a ton.
And I love Doctor Doom.
Yeah, man, he's too freaking cool. So if anybody has not read Sword issues 6 and 7, it's worth the time. It's on the Marvel app. If you got the Marvel app, worth the time. Very dramatic. And Storm does a spread. Let me share it. Actually, I'll share it. She does a spread page like when Dr. Doom shows up and he's doing his like, I'm the boss of this place. He's all like, there's having a big meeting on the moon and he shows up like, I'm the boss. And then you see Storm's hand coming through a portal there at the end. And then you get this crazy spread page. It's 2 full pages basically. And she just rolls in bringing like lightning and thunder behind her. And she's like, shut up, Dr. Doom. Nobody tells me what to do. She says, you've all whispered it. It is a wind rider. It is she who swam with Akanti. It is Haradi Yao. I am Storm, the regent of Mars, and I am the voice of our solar system. She's like, suck it, bitch.
So I wonder, I need to see how this ends. It sounds like it comes to a good
It's
conclusion.
great. And the next, it starts in issue 6, but issue 7 is when they sit down and have dinner together and kind of hash out the politics of the two of them. I think it's really well done.
How many issues is it?
I mean, Sword is a very long run with lots of other characters having plot lines. So Storm is just one plot line, but I would just say read 6 and 7 and you'll get it. 6 and 7 is all you need.
Cool. Yep. I got my next one whenever you're ready.
You're ready, man. You go.
You brought it up earlier. It is the Uncanny X-Men 269 Rogue versus the original.
Yes.
Miss.
Bro, I'm going to blow this up big because this covered, gang. This might be one of my, if not the best Jim Lee cover in his
it's
run.
Crazy.
It is
like Rogue's outfit
great.
is tearing apart, and then
yeah,
Miss Marvel is just like
the zombie. I'm just saying the zombie Miss Marvel is smoking hot. So good for a zombie. She's smoking hot, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it. So good. That's such a great cover. And that looks like, is that the second print? Because it's got a slightly different background. That's pretty badass. I don't know if I've ever seen a second. Sometimes the second prints have a silvery background.
I don't know at all, actually.
I'm gonna check and see if there is a second print. Let me just double
And the
check. That
spine's
is
actually pretty
gorgeous.
good.
Oh, Lasso likes the lightning bolt costume that she had as Ms. Marvel. Was that, you said it was 268?
69.
269. Okay.
And it has the little Spider-Man thing right here, and it has the little Magneto
Nice.
helmet.
269. Let me scroll down here. 269. Where are we at? 269. Come on, CLZ. Where you at? 68, 69. No, they're all silver there. I don't see there's a Mark Jewelers and a newsstand, but nope, there's no second print listed here. So that must be the normal. It just looked slightly different.
Yeah.
Couchin and Slouchin has been a channel member for 2 months. Much appreciated, my friend. I saw him. He was over on the Council of Comics tonight, dropping some facts and knowledge like he always does. Thanks for coming by, my friend. Yeah, that's a great book. And one of the better opportunities to kind of hammer out what happened, right? What happened between Carol and Rogue.
She won, and when we said we're mentioning source, this is the debut of the Savage Land outfit.
Oh, is it? So she lands in the Savage Land after this?
Yeah, after the battle.
Yeah, nice.
But then
bye, Tony. Have a good night, buddy.
Good night, Tony, because I'll just show it. I don't mind.
Yeah, this is a great comic.
Yeah. She's like fighting, blah, blah, blah. She lands in the Savage Land, and Carol Danvers somehow lands in the Savage Land too for like a minute. And Rogue's like tied up, and she's like, you hear this voice say, "You have nothing to fear, Rogue." She's like, knows my name. Ah, know that voice from Carol Danvers or myself. What happened? Where is she? I did, child. What had to be done to save a life? Only one of you could survive. Who do you think it is?
Rogue. It better be.
Magneto.
Oh, it's Magneto. Yeah, Magneto caused this. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the schism.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jim Lee, man, what an artist. Holy crud.
Yep. You are next, sir.
Stunner. Yeah, I'm going to go with an annual, which usually I'm not an annual kind of fanboy, but I just posted this today on my Instagram. Absolute great story. Anytime Storm was mixing with Dracula, I was all about it. This is annual number 6. And yet again, Storm and the vampires, he tries to make her his queen of the vampires. You can see her holding Kitty Pryde there. I just love this book. And there's even a great what if Storm became the queen of the vampires. It's a great what if comic that spins out of this all day, gang. This is great stuff. Bill Sienkiewicz on the cover here. I don't know if he did the interior. Yep, he did the interior artwork too. Just a banger. Just a really great story. There's a couple of different comics. I think it's 146 that also is part of this storyline. All the times that Storm deals with the vampires, I find it really effective storytelling, and it works really well for me. So I want to say there's some later on as well. I want to say there was some with Blade in New Orleans or something like that. Really good stuff. All of it worth the time.
So my number 3, we got the Uncanny X-Men 274, the whole Savage Land story.
Yeah,
Nick Fury, Kazar, Magneto, Rogue.
Such a good cover too. Oh my god.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Super, super iconic.
And Nick Fury blowing smoke rings.
yeah, I love that. He's like, you got your chick, whatever, blah, blah. Kazar's like, I'm a tough man. And Magneto's like, yeah, I scored that babe.
But I got the hottie, yeah.
Yeah, but I got the hottie, exactly.
How do you feel about Rogue with Magneto? Any issues with that? Because I know they've had an on again, off again kind of thing.
I don't like it as much as her and Gambit.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I think personally, I think Gambit and Rogue are the best comic book couple. I know you got Lois and Clark, but
I mean it's hard to beat Lois and Clark, but I do agree that they belong on that list. There's in the late 90s they did Age of Apocalypse, this epic Marvel miniseries event thing, and in it Rogue was in in this particular future, it was Rogue and Magneto as a couple, and they were a big part of that comic.
Yeah, I would love to see Rogan Gambit raise a family. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think so too. No, I think eventually, I hope we get to see that parenting of some of them. Yeah. All right, I got 2 left. So number 2 is going to be issue 170 from Uncanny X-Men. I love this storyline. The Morlocks and Callisto capture some of the X-Men. And it's basically like we get to see the mutants who aren't as cute and fuzzy and pretty, whose powers are a little less attractive, living in the sewers under New York. And the only way to control this group is to become their leader. The only way to become their leader is to kill the current leader in a knife fight. Switchblade to switchblade. Storm goes against Callisto. I love the sequence because Callisto is all confident that Storm has met her match. And she throws this knife at Storm, like, bring it on. And Storm, in this amazing bit of art, whips her hand through the air, catches the blade, and snaps it open in one swift move. And Callisto goes, oh, crap, I'm in deep weeds. And of course, 2-3 pages later, Storm sticks her right in the gut and wins, stabs her, kills her, but then brings in a healer to save her. Really cool. Really great story. Love it, love it, love it. Storm is working those eyes. Callisto, she's only got one eye. She's only able to work the one.
Yeah, right.
All right.
This one's a gift from Cliff
Oh,
at
nice.
Heroes Con. I was looking for the book. I was talking to people. He's like, Vogs, I've had your book. We're talking about X-Men 171. Rogue joins the X-Men.
Oh,
And
yeah.
look who's in the background. It's John's girl, Storm.
I hope you survive it.
I hope you survive it. Yep.
Yeah, that's a great cover. And yeah, it was fun to see her come in and join the team after fighting them for so many issues, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Classic.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
That was a great one. Good pick. I love
Yep.
we're all in the same era now. We're in that like late 80s, early 90s era.
Yep.
All right. Well, my last one is one I'm excited to reread for Omni X-Men this season. It's issue 201. This is the time when Cyclops is having a crisis of confidence, and Storm feels like even though she doesn't have powers, she should be the leader of the team. So they have a game of tag in the danger room. Whoever tags the other person first gets to be the leader. And Cyclops is like, I can totally beat her. She doesn't even have any powers. And she totally outsmarts him and, of course, wins. It is a really great, fun issue. No powers against Cyclops, and she wins the day. So 201 is top tier Storm storytelling.
In my last book, this was a gift from Austin LeMay. We all know Austin LeMay, artist extraordinaire. I
Yes,
was
sir.
on Matt Spidey's once. He's like, "Hey, do you have any early Rogan?" This was months ago when it just started. And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, send me your address." I got a book email. It's a 6.0. It may not be the prettiest cover, but it's iconic. Avengers Annual 10.
I knew it. I'm so glad you picked this. Heck yeah.
I wish they showed Rogue, but basically she is on the cover.
I heard now there's a lot of debate on this because I thought that was Spider-Woman.
You know who I thought it was too? Oh, well, Spider-Woman's right there. But yeah.
Because Rogue has shorter hair in the book. So it doesn't seem like it fits
that
her.
doesn't look like Rogue's hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an iconic
it's also
book.
the first, I want to say it's the first cover appearance of Mystique, if I'm not mistaken.
It is first appearance of Rogue, Madeline Pryor, Spider-Woman, X-Men, Carol Danvers, and the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Jackson says that's actually Carol Danvers in the little question mark.
Oh. I can see it.
Yep.
But yeah,
but it's such a classic book, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Congrats. Great book.
Oh yeah.
So there you go, gang. There we go. We got our 5 favorite stories. If you are unfamiliar with Rogue or Storm, there's some places to start, some great covers to hunt down and maybe you haven't seen before. If you're a fan of these characters, you can hunt those down. A comic at your local shop that you might want to wait and snag for $1 or something later on down the line. Not necessarily a great jumping on point if you're interested in these characters in any way.
Yep.
Vogs, you got anything coming up? I know both of us are sporting some C3 goodies here coming up this starting Friday with a preview show Thursday, or is it Wednesday over on
Wednesday.
Wednesday's Comic Vet, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, well, besides C3, if you want to hype anything for C3, but you got anything going on this week?
Yeah, just guys, pay attention to C3, pay attention to John's channel and many other people's. But I'll be on Paul and the 619s tomorrow night.
Yes.
But next week, I'm having my own stream. What? I am. Next Tuesday after Paul's, 10 p.m. Eastern. Just hit me up if you want the link. I'll probably end up sending it to John. We are doing a pre-Halloween stream where we are showing spooky covers.
Ooh.
Yes. Am I going to be dressed up on that stream? No, but am I going to be dressed up for Paul's Halloween stream next Tuesday, not tomorrow? Absolutely. I am actually going as Jay Thompson. I bought a brown-haired wig. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I love it. That's awesome, man. Yeah, and as Will mentioned, yes, C3 is coming up this weekend. Chris the Comic Vet will have your preview night show Wednesday, but then kicking off early Friday morning, we're going to have Legion of Comics Mark. And then all the way through this weekend, it's all comics curing cancer across so many YouTube channels, so many ways to support the battle against cancer, so many ways to get great things like original art, comics, slabs, omnis, whatever your jam. These things are going to be for deep discounts, and all the money will go to the American Cancer Society. So definitely worth your time. All the streams are already posted, which means if you find any of them with these logos, you can then go into the description and find all the other videos linked in there in the link tree, and then hit all the notification bells so that you are ready to go and watch all the events. You can also do things like follow and hit the notification bell for certain people like Rob's Fat Stacks, DJ Links, Mark Legion of Comics, myself. And then we will be putting in our community tab all of the streams as they go live so that you can keep up when Rob is doing the big auction, or when the original art auction's going down, or when just people like Cliff on Comics go live. You can be there and contribute in those shows. There's a video that dropped on my channel today that shows the books, the slabs, the keys that I will be giving away to my audience. And all you need to do for my show Saturday morning is just donate $25. And every time you do that, you get a spot on my wheel, and we'll spin it a bunch and give away a ton of prizes. So that's what I'm doing. Vogs, thanks a ton, man. I feel like maybe when this Rogue Storm wraps, we can read all 3 issues and see if it makes any more sense and meet up again.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. Thanks everybody for coming by. Thank you, Vogs, for doing this, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you guys all again soon.